My name is Kilimanjaro Toussaint, and I have some wonderful information to share with you guys today. We all have things that would help one another if we just share that information, right? We all have some value we can bring, right? So you need one candle that can light 100 candles, right? One candle lit can light 100 candles that aren't lit. And we, right now, Best Man Real Estate and myself, Kilimanjaro Toussaint, we're here to share with you some great information that's gonna help you guys out. So what we're gonna go over right now is what I call revolution over evolution, right? So when you think about evolution, you think about its patience, right? If you look at evolution over the course of time, it's a very patient thing, right? So, animals evolve, humans evolve, plant life evolve, things of that nature. Over time, evolution will take place. Evolution is incremental, right? So it's taking place in small increments. They may not be available to the naked eye to see exactly when that progress was made, but rest assured, if you give it time, evolution will be able to show you in small increments how things are gonna adjust and things are gonna change. And another thing that we know is that evolution is inevitable. Nothing is the same as it was 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years ago, a million years ago and such. Over time, things will change. They have to change. They must change. The problem is sometimes we buy into that change so much that we move at the speed of evolution. See, because evolution is inevitable, everyone feels that they're going to benefit from it some way and somehow if they just stick along for the ride. What we want to show you guys is that revolution is now, right? Revolution is immediate, and revolution is impact that will change your life and the lives of others quicker and faster. Right, so what we like to talk about is how revolution is how you take control of the process, whereas evolution, you kind of cede control of the process, right? So you want to talk about where revolution can take place in your life and in your business. Revolution can take place in your morning routine. You see, we all can tell ourselves, we're going to evolve. Eventually, I'm going to get better. It gets greater later, right? We always tell ourselves these things like we have more time than we actually have. And what happens is when we think about revolution, even against the self-inflicted wounds that we have, right? See, I like to say this: adversity and self-inflicted wounds are two separate things. Too often we confuse things that are self-inflicted, things that we did wrong, things that we didn't take care of, things that we neglected, and when it comes to head and we have to deal with the responsibility of that neglect, we look at that as adversity. Case in point would be if I refuse to rotate my tires, I refuse to take care of my car and the maintenance, and one day I have bald tires and I run across some water and I skid across over the road and I crash, right? So now I'm gonna call everyone and say, look what happened to me. I got into a car crash, this is my adversity. Now I have to go through insurance, now I have no car for a couple of weeks and I'm stressed out. But really and truly, if we really get to the root of the problem, not the fruit. See, the fruit of that problem is the car crash, but the root of that problem is I neglected to take care of my tires. So now I think that something happened to me when I neglected to do something to prevent that very same hardship, that very same challenge, right? So when you think about revolution, it's about having that accountability within self to say, I have more things that I can change that are in my control than I realize. And one of those things is your morning routine. When you have a revolution in your morning routine, that's when you know you're on track. You see, if the same way you do one thing is the same way you do everything. So you don't make your bed in the morning, you procrastinate when you wake up, your morning routine is sloppy, you don't even have a morning routine, you're setting the tone for a chaotic day. And then you get surprised when that chaotic day takes place. So have a revolution. Think about changing that. Think about making sure that you are your alarm clock. You wake up with purpose and intent, right? Not with yesterday's problems on your mind, right? Having a revolution when it comes to your morning routine is important. Having a revolution in your life when it comes to your ability to follow up with high leverage activity. High leverage activity is no matter what you do for a living, you know there are a few key acts and actions that you can take that's going to dictate whether you're successful in that endeavor or whether you're failing in that endeavor. It's always a few things, right? So we think about 100 things that we have to do when it's really 5 things that will make those other 95 things much easier, right? So when we think about it, have a revolution in your life when it comes to managing the responsibilities of the things that will give you the most leverage. Not talking about spreading everything thin. I'm talking about the 5 things that can impact your day the most. It may not be 5, maybe 6 or 7, who knows? But the bottom line is that it's not as much as you may think. So when you peel back the onion and you see see that you have more control over your follow-up and your intentionality when it comes to those actions, you're on track right there, right? See, evolution would have you say, you know, I'm getting better. I used to wake up at 8:30, now I wake up at 8 o'clock. Now, eventually I'm gonna wake up at 7:30. And that can take 3 or 4 years for you to really change that. But let's say a revolution is now. Revolution is immediate, revolution is change. And the reason why people run away from change is because the pain of change, that's what people worry about. It's the pain of change. And when you change, you're going into uncharted territory. All right, think about a sailor. They're going around across the seas and they know exactly where they're going. But when they go into uncharted territory, that takes the most bravery, the most vision, the highest level of belief you can have is going into uncharted territory and feeling confident. So the pain of change is what people worry about. But the bottom line is the pain of staying the same is far worse than the pain of change. You see, if you built a brand new house, new construction, and you just left that house, and you never did anything to maintain it, eventually that house will have issues, even though everything was new at one point. Eventually you'll have issues. You'll have plumbing issues, you'll have roofing issues, you'll have issues for anything that stays in the same place forever, right? And when you think about your life, there's no need for you to stay in the same place forever. So I want you guys to buy into revolution over evolution. Revolt against your former self. Revolt against the weakest version of yourself. Revolt against the stagnation and the procrastination that you have in your life. And focus on evolving at your pace.